big story, team coverage this morning of a double shooting that happened near a local high school. It is the second one in the same neighborhood in less than a week.
Now, security measures are now in place to keep the community safe from all of this recent violence.
We have team coverage as police search for suspects, and the big changes that students and staff are going to see today as they return to class.
Let's begin with Dan Perlman, who is following the latest shooting that happened less than 12 hours ago. Dan?
Yeah, this morning, good news here at Grant Medical Center. The two men who were shot are both expected to be okay, but a lot of questions surrounding what happened. Around 9:30, police say the two men were shot there in that north side neighborhood and near the intersection of Clinton Street and Gerbert Road. Officers telling us 17-year-old Tyler Tatum and 28-year-old Paul Fields were both hit in the leg. At this hour, they are not saying what the motive may have been here or if this may have been random, but a lot of neighbors there in that north side neighborhood tell us they heard a lot of gunshots, certainly not what you'd expect on an otherwise quiet Sunday evening. So if you have any idea who is responsible for this, please do not hesitate and call Columbus Police immediately. We are live in Columbus. Dan Perlman, NBC4.
Dan, thank you very much. Now, right now, a school on the northeast side is on heightened alert this morning as students head back to the classroom.
Yeah, only 4 days ago, a shooting happened in front of the building and injured two young students. And it's just blocks away from a double shooting that happened late last night.
Yeah, Lyndon McKinley High School now making changes to its security today. That is where NBC4's Hattie Hawks is live this morning. Hattie?
Well, guys, you can definitely expect to see some heightened security today as students head back to class. This after two boys were shot there on Thursday, just right out front of the school at Lyndon McKinley STEM Academy. Now, we are hearing that they are doing better. In fact, one that we talked to over the weekend, even saying he's excited to get back here and get back to school because that's where he learns. That's where he's growing to be a young man. That's what he tells us. And of course, Jaquan, the one we talked to over the weekend, he was shot in the shoulder. He does describe to us how he didn't know he was shot until he felt the bullet come out through his back. Amazing to hear his words recalling this story. His family just terrified, and his grandmother telling us that she just wants the violence to stop.
Sometimes you worry about it being yours when they're out in the world, but when it really is yours, it's devastating. You know what I mean? Especially innocent kids, they just trying to go to school and better their lives, you know, and their parents is trying to do the best they can.
Emotional words from Jaquan Curry's grandmother. Now, we do know that the other victim in this 15-year-old Marquise Johnson, he was in the hospital still at last check, but he is expected to be okay. He was shot in the chest. And we also do expect to see officers out here, some extra eyes watching closely on the campus. Columbus police say that they still do not have any suspects, and at this point, they're not sure of any motive, but they don't believe that it was somebody here that was involved with the school community that is responsible for the shooting from last week. So we are live in northeast Columbus. Hattie Hawks, NBC4.